Hello everyone, this is Mystere again, back with another Legion Beta 5-man dungeon video. This time it's the Vault of the Wardens. This is on heroic mode. First boss we have here is Tirathon Saltheral. Does swoop, leaps forward somewhere and knocks somebody back, and then casts a Furious Blast. What Furious Blast does is it deals fire damage to everybody within 100 yards and then leaves fire on the ground. Then it also does Dark Strikes, which it uses on the tank. The tank must use active mitigation or the boss will become empowered with an absorption shield. Fell Mortar is when bombs fall from the sky and leave fire on the ground. It does this in both forms, I think. Maybe it's just Vengeance, not sure. In Havoc form, he does Metamorphosis, which increases all damage done by 25%. Then Hatred, which is just an eye beam. Immolation Aura, burns nearby targets in melee. And then there's Vengeance mode. He throws Glaives, which damages everybody in the path and does the Fell Mortar bombs that fall from the sky, leave fire patches on the ground. The green fire there. The next boss we have here is Inquisitor Tormentorum. It does Sap Soul, which saps somebody's soul and causes their next ability used within 15 seconds to have its cooldown increased by 10 seconds. You can interrupt this, I believe, on normal and heroic mode, but on Mythic you cannot. The boss also summons Tormenting Orbs, which will daze players that don't face them occasionally. And the Inquisitor does the Stare ability that disorients people for 3 seconds. So facing him will negate this effect. And he opens prisons at some point in the fight and lets all these ads out. They do various abilities, nothing really too deadly, just group them all up, AoE them down. That's what we did, I believe, and I guess it worked. So you should be able to too. This is not Mythic mode, so you actually have to bring somewhat of a strat in there. But this is heroic, so we just kind of AoE'd everything down and it worked. And for the third boss, this big guy, Ash Golem, there's lava on the ground. If you walk through this lava, you can absorb it, but you'll take damage. The reason you might want to absorb this stuff is because if an ember absorbs it later on, it'll explode and do lots of damage. So there's Lava Wreath, which creates a ring of lava. Fissure causes an eruption in a straight line from the center of the platform towards the tank. There's also a Volcano, where he shoots the molten lava at somebody. When it lands, a volcano pops up and does damage to everyone inside of it. The ember that spawns randomly targets people, and if they absorb lava, they do more damage and explode. And there's countermeasures. Activating one of the countermeasures on the room will freeze any fire in the room, and elementals that come in contact with this will be frozen for a short time and have their damage increased by 100%. Rather, the damage you deal to them increased by 100%. This next boss here, number 4 in the dungeon, is Glazer. He does this Pulse ability, which energy bounces around the room until it hits a player or the boss. On heroic, it splits into smaller ones when it hits a player. Also, it's a Lingering Gaze, where he gazes at somebody. When the eye lands, a void zone spawns wherever that happens. Then the other ability, Focus, where he focuses a beam at somebody, which you can direct back to hit the boss. This stuns him and causes him to take increased damage. You can do this by switching those mirrors around, as you can see us doing there. The last boss in this dungeon, Cordana Felsong, you have Elun's Light. You can use this to your advantage. You can pick it up from the Glowing Sentry. Use this to deal with the boss's abilities. For example, Deepening Shadows, it creates a void zone under your feet that grows. Elun's Light can clean this up. There's also Detonating Moonglaive. She throws a weapon at somebody. Anybody in the path takes damage. Shadow Step is when the boss becomes invisible and you can only reveal her with Elun's Light, or after 1 minute passes. There's an array of Fellglaives that spiral out from the center that deal damage if touched. Don't touch those. Creeping Doom are just spears that slowly cross the platform that deal massive damage and knocks back people if they're hit. The last thing she does is Avatar Vengeance. This summons an ad that can only be seen if exposed by Elun's Light. So do that, kill the ad, kill the boss, you should be good to go. Again, this has been Mystere with another Legion Beta 5-man video. This is the Vault of the Wardens. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.